and we're good to go. Hi everybody, hope you're doing well today. So, it's now 2025, the new year has started. Hi everybody. Boy, that went by in a blink, huh? Like, that was... 2024 had a lot of stuff to it, and it felt like it went by really quickly at points. But we're in the new year now, and I hope it at least started out well for everybody. Hope y'all had a good New Year's Eve and that you celebrated responsibly and got to chill out with people and have a good time. I just kind of had some drinks chatting with a friend. That's mostly what I did, alongside just the usual. I was tired from work and just wanted to relax for the night, and I got to do that, and that was really nice. So, yeah. Besides that, though, we have one cool thing planned today, that being more Castlevania Dominus Collection. Specifically, we're playing the game that's featured on the left here. So, in my history of playing Castlevania games, I have not ever played Portrait of Ruin. So I'm going through release order of these games in this collection, and I learned that Dawn of Sorrow was first, and now we're gonna play this one. So yeah, this is gonna be a new experience for me because, you know, I've heard a bit of Portrait of Ruin, that you have two playable characters, but outside of that, I have no idea what this game's story is, what the castle layout's like. I have no clue how I would have to get the best ending, which I know for certain I'm gonna have to look up. I'll preface that now. When we're closing in on what could seem like the end game, I will look up how to get it, because if there's anything that if there's anything I bemoan when it comes to a Koji Igarashi Castlevania game, or even one of these Metroidvania games, period, is that they always have something oddly unrelated to the general goings-on of the game that's required to get the best ending. So, letting you know that now. I won't do it immediately, since I am just starting this, but at some point I'm gonna see if I have to do anything like, I don't know, renovate a room or find 3 cats in one random corner of the map that's randomly generated. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, cool, it kept my format from when I played Dawn of Sorrow. That's fun. All right, so options, let's take a look. No, I didn't hit new game. There is no save. Oh, I have to hit options for the saved game. Odd. Okay, well, in any case, let's just go ahead and start one. And we'll just put Will down for the name. Yeah. Oh, hello. Oh. Edit emblem? Well, I'm not gonna be able to draw anything with this. No, there's no way. I was gonna think, like, maybe I could draw a cube, since cube is also in my, BRB screen, as well as my starting soon. No dice. Try and do like try to get their proportion right. And you know what, knowing this, it's probably just going to be for like a cute reference, or to have the emblem show up as for something in the game. Wow, you don't even have red as an option. You just orange, yellow, a lighter yellow, green, blue, purple, more lavender, really. Can I just pre-select a... Okay, I can. Thank you. I did. We'll just go with... I keep mistaking. We'll go with that. There. Basic, but I genuinely can't think of anything else I can put. I'm not an artist, and let's face it, this isn't the way to do it. 1944, the world is in chaos. The Second World War has claimed millions of lives, leveled cities, destroyed nations. The souls of the war's dead blanket the planet. Lost, hurt, and angry, their anguish summons an accursed castle of legend. It has appeared many times throughout history, bringing with it evil and darkness. The castle of Dracula, the Lord of Darkness. It arrives in mankind's darkest hour to push us over the brink into ruin. Okay, so game takes place during World War II. Okay, good to know. That whip, there's no mistaking it. You're Jonathan Morris. Good eye. And you are? Forgive me. I am Vincent Doran. By order of the church, I have been awaiting you. To think that the master of the legendary vampire killer would come here. A blessing indeed. Too bad he can't actually use it. Charlotte, can't you even pretend to play along for once? Well, that's true, isn't it? You can't lie to the priest. What? Are you suggesting that whip is a fake, then? She's right. I can't use the vampire killer. This whip wasn't originally within my family. You've heard of the Belmont family, haven't you? Why, of course I have. They've used that whip for generations to destroy Dracula. And that family is related to the Morris family by blood. Been doing your research, huh? Unfortunately, the fact is, we're not the true successors. Oh. Okay, so I guess since the vampire killer is exclusively a Belmont weapon, even if there's supposedly Belmont blood and Morris's, with Morris, it's not true. He can't do it. Okay. Although that didn't really stop Nathan Graves in Circle of the Moon, but I think that game's just an oddity. But hey, no problemo. I've won every battle till now without the whip. Not one loss. Not only that, I'm here too. Yes, I was wondering about that. You are? Well, excuse me. If you're from the church, then remember this. I'm Charlotte Allen. Allen? Allen? I think Allen. Charlotte. I've heard that name before. Charlotte. Oh! You must be the great magician everyone's been talking about. Great, you say? Unbelievable! To think that she was a mere child. Oh, well, I mean, such a lovely young lady. You heard that? Jonathan, he called me lovely. So, anyway, Vincent, you had some business with me? Oh, yes, I do. I've been ordered to assist you in your quest. I've brought potions with me, but, well... Well, what? It's a matter of economics. You want us to pay you, right? Well, if you insist. Sure, no problemo. I think we can take care of that. You can take care of that. But more importantly, the castle. Is that really Dracula's castle? No one has seen Dracula thus far. However, the church insists that it is indeed Dracula's castle. No doubt about it, this castle is pulsing with dark magical power. I can't imagine it's anything but the castle of Lord Dracula that I studied in the books. Sounds like fun. Come on, better get going then. Charlotte? Right with you. Be careful. I'll search for a safe place. I'll meet you inside. Farewell. Re-examine a new haircut or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, backdash. Okay, so Jonathan can not whip down. He can't even do the hold thing that Julius can. Oh well. Well, let's take a look at the menu here. Equip. Okay, so it's a fake vampire killer. Casual clothes. Encyclopedia. Use items. Talk to your partner. If something's troubling you, it's important that we talk. I can handle things myself. I prefer it that way. Let's just do our best. Okay, so... That's a lot of relics. There's our map. Guides for enemies. And that's suspending the data. Okay, how do I change characters? Wrong button. Okay, that's just flipping the screen there. That's interesting. So I guess each game maybe has a different layout that you can do. How do I... Maybe I'll get tutorialized on it later. Because, okay, so this is a DS original game. I feel like the main one would be that you just use the right bumper. We'll see. Alright, well, we'll see. Because if you've got 2 characters, then surely, you know, should be able to change. Switch main character. Ooh. Okay, I see. Immediately good first impressions. Wait. Okay, no, I thought this sounded like a familiar tune. It's not. Charlotte. Okay, so she just smacks with a book. Call Q. Call partner with A. Press again to send partner away. I can't get the bridge open by my own. Maybe if there were the 2 of us. Oh. Interesting. That is such a good whip animation. Also, I like that you have both Jonathan and Charlotte's stats available on the right there, just to see how they compare. Although that makes me wonder. Jonathan. Okay. Can Charlotte equip a... No. Tome of Arms, Encyclopedia of Weaponry, Volume 1 through 3. Or 1 of 3. Oh, interesting. So she gets different books that lets her do various kinds of attacks out of them. That's neat. Also, changing between characters is really fast in this. That's really nice. Jonathan! 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 Charlotte! Jonathan! Oh, that's short. Oh, that's really short range. Oh, hello. Oh, that thing looks sick. Come on. Mash. Oh shit. Me. Ow. Okay, I was supposed to let it smack through there. Good. A throwing knife used by hunters. What? Oh, wait, hold on, what? Oh, sub-weapons are equipment in this game. Does she have her... Okay, interesting. Good to know, actually. I didn't... When was the last time I got to see a sub-weapon of this style? Cool, though. Cool to see. Yeah, that boss is probably something we gotta fight later, since I was only doing 1 damage to it. Call partner with down A to have a partner stand on still on the spot. Oh, I see. Did I bork myself on this? I did not bork myself. Good. They had a good idea there. All right, let's get... You stay. Charlotte. Rage and fire. And that's... Ah, wait, is it continuous? Oh, it's a charge. I see. Okay, pretty cool so far. Oh! Interesting, so I can have her out to fight with me. Wait, why would I not have her out to fight with me then? Head guard. Okay, so there is some equipment that will not match up. Because I was thinking like, oh, maybe they can not use the same weapon, but maybe the same armor. Nope, not the case. Something's here. It's not human. A monster? No, wait. I sense no evil from him.
You can sense my presence.
Who are you?
A ghost, as you can see. Ghosts have no need for names.
Incredible. You managed to stay sane despite the castle's evil influence. How's this possible? I don't know about you, but he sure seems shady to me.
Think what you will. The choice is yours. However, can you truly destroy me with a whip you can't even use?
Only one way to find out. Wait, hold on! How do you know he can't use the vampire killer? Huh? I find it very odd to find a ghost not controlled by the power of Dracula's castle.
A smart girl, compared to this foolish boy. Just before I died, I cast a magic barrier on myself, binding my soul to this place. I'm free from the castle's control, but I'm still trapped here.
But a paranormal entity like you can easily be affected by magic. Casting a barrier that repels the castle's power is impossible, even for me. Just who are you?
My name is meaningless, but I suppose you need to call me something. Very well. Call me Wind.
Mr. Wind.
Just Wind is fine. Pardon me, I did break it earlier. That's what that animation was.
I do find it cool that they animated that little bit there. All right, Wind, what are you doing here? Didn't you hear him? He's trapped here, remember? I understand that, but if he truly has this much power, he could use other methods besides just binding his spirit here.
My. You really are a bright little girl, aren't you?
Stop treating me like a child. My name is Charlotte.
Okay, got it. And who's this kid?
Who are you calling a kid? It's Jonathan. Jonathan Morris.
The reason I'm here, simply put, is regret. I will not rest until the lord of this castle is vanquished. I thought I would lend assistance to those who might defeat him.
But if you can't move from here, how can you help us?
In spirit form, I am able to grant items and techniques I once possessed in life. I think they'll be of great help to you.
In that case, please help us. No, I've been able to do just fine without his help so far. So why don't you just... Right, so far. But this is Dracula's castle. Even if you could use that whip, we would still be in great danger. Don't you remember your father? Enough about my father. A dead man who leaves me fulfill his... Wait. There needs to be a 2 in that sentence. A dead man who leaves me to fulfill his destiny? Forget him. Sorry, but still, no. Wait, I'm sorry. Guess I got a bit carried away. You might be right, Charlotte. Wind, perhaps we could use your help. Would you help us?
If you can complete the task I give, only then will I help you.
How are things?
Oh. Preparations. The priest should have some useful things when you meet next room. Ocean, the map.
This is your training.
Deal. Let's go, Charlotte. Okay, so we have some kind of training thing to do. Oh, hello. Oh, well, welcome back. So you're selling your potions here?
There aren't many now, but my stock will increase little by little.
For a price, right?
Yes, I'm afraid so, Master Jonathan.
Don't try anything shifty, and don't even try to lie. Still, it is true that rural churches are short on money, or so they say.
Thank you, you're a lifesavers. Anyway, please have a look.
I'll make you a deal.
Let's see. We'll buy a castle map, yes please. A book so frightening the words ran away, leaving it blank. That feels like it's too significant to... That feels like it could be something good. Alright, I want to get more defense for Charlotte. We can at least afford the sunglasses.
Thank you.
And equip to you. Okay. Save again.
How are things?
All right,
Well
we did
done.
it. So it was just go by the map. Lizard tail received. Slide to narrow spaces with...
Now you should be able to advance deeper into the castle. If you can complete the tasks I give you, I shall teach you even more, including magic skills. Master them, and I might entrust you with some items from my past.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, one more thing. Regarding this castle's lord.
You mean Dracula, right? I've read books about him.
Dracula isn't this castle's lord.
What do you mean? Isn't this place named Dracula's Castle?
It is indeed Dracula's castle. However, the castle's lord is a vampire by the name of Browner. He won it in a... He and Dracula had a bet during a Pokemon Pocket TCG game, and it was a best 3 out of 5 match, and if Brower won over Dracula, Dracula would hand over the deed to his castle. That Mewtwo deck really did him a lot of favors.
I've heard nothing about him.
As one would expect, his identity has been kept secret for years after all. He infuses magic into paintings to increase his power. You will undoubtedly come across his paintings in this castle. Search for these paintings.
He's using the paintings to make the castle's power his, isn't he? Or his, isn't he? Still, we won't have to face Dracula. That's good news, right?
Be careful. His powers grow stronger by the minute.
No problemo. We will get you the revenge you've been waiting for. That's a promise. Trust us. Jonathan might seem unreliable, but he'd never break a promise.
That's reassuring. Very well. Best of luck to you.
All right then. Let's go find those paintings. These portraits of ruin of you, if you will. Truly the Castlevania.
Charlotte!
Okay, that was not a switch I had to hold down. Okay, so I guess instead of, hold on.
Wait. Still getting things ready. Sorry, but you're going to have to wait a little while.
So I'm guessing maybe I have to come back to him each time I defeat a boss or make some progress so that I can get new research from him. Oh, hello. Oh, that's my warp thing. Oh, that looks fucking cool. Okay, so this is my central hub. Got it. What is this? This painting, its power is incredible. Must be one of those paintings. Without a doubt. I've got it. Care to share? This painting's function. Brower is using it to control the power of the castle. Well then, let's hurry up and rip it to shreds. Also, we have an ad break coming up in about 5 minutes. Impossible. Anything we do to it will be pointless. From what I can tell, based on the theory of curse amplification, this picture is a multi-layer pseudo-space barrier. A kind of paranormal phenomenon. Okay, and what's that mean in human language? In short, think of it as a series of walls that surround the magic controlling Dracula's castle. The painting itself is just the outermost wall. As soon as you break it, it'll regenerate. It's unbreakable. How convenient. So now what? I'll sync up my magic with the painting so that we can enter it. That'll be the best way to seal the castle's magic away. The risk is quite high though. No problemo. Come on. What do we have to lose? Okay then, here we go. Interesting. So we're in the painting now? Here, the vision of the artist is fully realized, literally. Okay. City of Haze. Wait, do we have like multiple maps that we can go through now? In that case, this is a pretty big game. Oh, look at the weight of the background. Whoa! You look sick! What the fuck was that? What are you? You look sick! Oh, I thought you were dying. There you go. Death Mask. Holy shit, that thing looked awesome. Clover Tiara. Okay, is that better than the sunglasses? More magic attack. I'll have to think on that.
Charlotte!
You've got more range. Nope. Checking for breakable walls. Actually, hold on, how do I... Yeah. Okay, so the downside is that they can get damaged as well, so... Didn't mean to do that. The downside is that they can get damaged too, so if I have a party member out, they're likely to get hurt and also have their health bar affected. So because Jonathan and Charlotte share a health bar. So that's gonna be fun to figure out. Oh, I love that. Little clutter happens on the shelves when you're on them. That's fun. Again, it's all these little details in these sprite-based Castlevania games that I just love so much. Just oozes style and just care, you know? What the fuck? You look sick! Ow! What was that thing? Andros. Holy shit, that thing looked rad. White Corsage. Is that a accessory for me? Yes! Need to get her defense boosted higher. Save game. Yes. Leather corset. I'm guessing... Yes. Intelligence down? That's fine. Ah, she can't cast magic while in the air. Good to know. Okay, and then some enemies are going to be weaker against Jonathan's attacks and vice versa with Charlotte's attacks. That's also good to know. Okay, neat. Well, ad break's about to start, so take the next 3 minutes to get yourself a drink of water, use the restroom, stretch, whatever you need to do, and we'll continue after the ad break. BRB, everybody. And we're back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Just let me lower the volume for you all real quick. There we go. So something else that had happened recently over the course of the past couple days was I started a new manga because I'd been catching up fully with I'd been catching up more fully with Kagurabachi and Dandadan, as well as oh my god.
Charlotte, I love you.
What the fuck? Zakino. Fuck.
Jonathan.
That was a weird enemy. Anyway, started a new manga because I wanted to start something new and get more into reading different manga and comics and stuff because I've been neglecting my list of various webtoons and manga that I've really wanted to get myself into more. And I decided to go through one that seemed like an interesting idea, if just kind of some dumb fun. And yeah, it is a bit dumb fun, this one that I found, but it's got some cool stuff to it. It's called Marriage Toxin. And it's about an assassin trying to it's about an assassin that's trying to help his are you winning, son? I am winning, Lilith. Hi. Let me give you a shout out real quick. For those that do not know the awesome and wonderful Lilith Vanille, you totally should check out her channel. She makes really cool art and is a really fun VTuber. Also a really good friend. How are you doing, Lilith? How's your day going? I'm just talking about a manga that I started reading recently because I've been meaning to get more into different types of manga and comics this year. Good morning. It's not morning. I just haven't gotten on my PJs yet. Sometimes you need a PJs day. You know, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I know it's morning. I believe it is morning for you, though, since you are a time traveler. Basic combination where both partners take turns attacking. Oh, I see. Well, in any case, yeah, so Marriage Toxin is about an assassin that's trying to find a partner, a life partner for him, so that he can be able to continue on his family lineage because of his overbearing grandmother. And the big reason why is that he doesn't really initially want the idea in the first place. He's more so doing it so that his sister doesn't have to, so that his sister can go live with his go live with her girlfriend, since his sister's a lesbian, so she doesn't want a kid and she doesn't want to be with a guy. So he's like, hey, I'll handle the family stuff. You go be happy with your girlfriend, which awesome for him. Awesome that he's doing that. And it's just the antics of him teaming up with a marriage scammer to help him find a life partner. And it's got a lot of funny comedy to it. And the thing that I could say the most about it is that he really said LGBT rights. He really does. He really does. He's like, because the other thing is that he's a very socially awkward guy who basically had never had a regular life at any point. And he only really just knows how to be a good assassin for the most part. And it's just him encountering various women and, you know, being friends with them at first, because he recognizes, like, hey, I don't want to jump to marriage stuff immediately because that would be kind of wrong. You know, let's start as friends and then get to know each other. And it's super cute too, because each arc he meets someone new, and in said arc they at the end will give him their contact information. And you know how in manga they usually have these little interim chapters or these extra bits where you'll have a character panel that shows for a side character and what they're doing at that moment, or just a cute piece of art? What Marriage Toxin does is that they will the artist and author show conversations between the main character and one of the prior people that he helped before, and they'll just be discussing stuff like, hey, did you see this show? Do you want to read this thing with me and go to the library? Check out this cute picture I took of my hamster. Just stuff like that. And I think that's really fun because it just shows like, hey, these characters aren't ejected from the story and never heard from again. So yeah, other reasons I'd recommend Marriage Toxin is the action scenes are really ridiculous. They're so ridiculous because this guy's a poison expert, so he's just doing all different kinds of poison combinations, and it's just ridiculous in the ways that they try to prove like, hey, poison is more than just subterfuge and an espionage tactic. Like, he straight up uses a self-made poison that's corrosive like it's a sword. It's really ridiculous. And also the art's really good too. Like, genuinely, the art is really, really good. So there's a recommendation for y'all. Poison is the sexiest murder weapon. We all know this. That is true. Oh, other appeal. It's a shonen series, but it's not a shonen series that has really any teenagers in it at all. There's no high school antics in this. It is all adults, which we need more of, so I'm very happy to recommend it on that basis too. The market is there. Kaiju number 8 proved that to us. Also, I want to ask, can y'all hear me okay over the game? Because this game doesn't have volume control, I think. Does it? Oh, it does. Wonderful. Because I have a hard time hearing myself over the game. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Your audio balance is pretty good for me right now. Awesome. Good to know. Thank you. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all I've done on the manga front, is that I've been binging Marriage Toxin like crazy. But what I also have started, or not really started, more like I kind of continued to. I got to reading more of these series that I have neglected on Webtoon, and I have my gripes with Webtoon, much like any Webtoon creator has really informed us about, and I've talked about those gripes before, about how Webtoon runs its business, but there are some genuinely good stories there. One of my 2025 goals is to read a completed manga, but I haven't picked which one yet. Completed. A completed series. That's hard to recommend because most of the ones that I've read are the ones that are still ongoing.
Jonathan.
I really find it funny that we just have a guy that was an enemy and floating jellyfish. Fun combination. Completed manga to recommend. I'm also trying to think of series that aren't particularly long either, because you know the manga grind is that a lot of them are very, very long.
Jonathan.
I can't think of any. I mean, maybe some of Naoki Urasawa's work, but I don't know if whether or not that's what you're looking for, because it all depends on the genre in the end. Yeah, I think maybe that'd be one, because Naoki Urasawa's work is always something I'll recommend. Instead of a New Year's resolution, I made a 2025 bingo card, which feels way more fun. Yeah, I've got some ideas about what I want to do in the next year. Get to episode 500 of One Piece is also there. Good goal, especially considering we are going to be on the cusp of season 2 of the live action coming out, which, let me just say, knowing what I know about One Piece, having binged the manga in the span of 2.5 months, and seeing the cast announcements done for the live action series, I have faith it's going to be good. I have faith that it's just going to be more of that goodness we liked from the first season. I just wonder, and I know Chopper's probably going to end up being CG, but I'll reluctantly accept that because Chopper's a very complicated character to try and do if you're going to make him a Muppet. Although, a very, very small piece of me would find it really funny if for the live action series, they gave Chopper his human form and just made it a guy in a reindeer costume. If they did that, I would laugh so hard. I would laugh so hard if they did that. Because, you know, Chopper's whole gimmick is that he transforms into different forms due to his devil fruit power. So how funny would it be for his human form that he just turns into a guy? Like just a regular dude with the blue reindeer nose. I think it'd be funny. And yes, Buggy time. So you mentioned Buggy, and when I said knowing what I know about One Piece, I can tell you for certain that there's going to be some major fan cams that will happen of Smoker, Dalton, probably Crocodile, and Buggy. I'm sensing that those will approach. That's my prediction. Terry Crews-esque physique too? Yeah. Just get a super jacked dude to be Chopper's human form. Buggy time intensifies. Yes, like it's really interesting to see the kinds of characters that end up becoming major thirst traps for people when they watch something. Because I remember in particular hearing about, I think it was during like the past few years when people would be talking about being thirsty over Ghostface. And am I weird for just not really getting it? Like, I don't get that. I don't really get that whole idea. Like, what? Is it just something that I don't get? Is it just something that I'm not really gonna understand unless it's like a you know situation? I don't know. To me, it's very odd. If they didn't want us to thirst, they wouldn't have made charismatic little freaks. I guess that must be it. It must be the charisma. Because otherwise, I genuinely don't understand it. Although then again, I am reading a manga about a guy who is encountering very beautiful women that also are members of the underworld, so maybe I shouldn't really be speaking too much on that front. It's definitely a if you know thing. Okay, good to know. Okay, I'm figuring out where I'm going here. Because, like, that's the other thing that I found really interesting with the whole hear me out arguments that tend to happen on the internet, how real hear me outs are not contemporarily attractive characters that just so happen to be animated. And I agree to an extent, like a hear me out really should be something that makes you raise an eyebrow, but I, in a way, find all of the people that thirst after slasher villains saying hear me out is like, what? Sometimes you see a man who wants to murder you essentially and makes you tingle a bit, okay? I mean, again, I guess that may be the appeal. It's just odd to me. I guess I would call that the Astarian effect too, where it's just, you know, just this charismatic guy who happens to have some pretty murderous tendencies, and suddenly people are like, yep, that's him right there. That's my Pookie. And it can really happen with any character from the sounds of it. because I feel like that's also kind of a Tumblr thing, you know? Having that kind of fandom mentality of truly being in on a character that's a hyperfixation like that. Because I've seen some brain rot happen over some characters, and even further than that, I've got friends that are fans of not a movie, but a concept art of a movie. Like, for instance, y'all know the movie Wish, right? That really subpar to not good Disney Pixar movie that came out a while back. Well, one of my best friends, she told me about how there's a whole fandom that circulates around the concept and storyboards of the movie that looked like it was going to be a way better movie than the one that we got. And there's a whole ass fandom specifically for that. And I'm like, wow, it feels like Snape Wives, but with a whole movie. It's just really strange to me. And I guess maybe it's a bit of a foreign concept for me because the only other time I've ever been involved in a fan base to that extent was the Ruby fan base, and we all know how that shit worked out. Unfortunately. Where'd that devil go? It's gone. Oh, there it is. I guess maybe the closest I have to a fixation on a character like that is maybe Nyx from Hades, but I don't have, like, but I don't really go searching for fan cams of that, you know? For a couple reasons. One, I don't have TikTok, and two, I don't know, it's like, what's the deal with a fan cam? It's just slowed down footage with music to it. I don't get it. I feel like the older brother that's watching their sibling getting into a fan base, and I'm just like, all right, you do your thing, you know? Like the slightly out of touch sibling that's like, okay, you've got your thing that you're into and it makes you happy. That's cool. Now I should probably keep going that route. If I stop at a boss room, then I'll go back and explore. It's about cinematography. What? Is that another TikTok term that I don't know? Am I gonna have to break out a new dictionary now? Is this where the English language has gotten? Hold on, I'm gonna look that word. I'm looking that up. Cinematography. No, that's just a me thing. Oh. Cinematography, cinematopography. Or cinematopography. Okay. Would you be privy to give us a definition of it? Like, give me a little deep dive into the brain of Lilith Vanille. I'd like to hear what this term is defined as. Oh my god, they are giving me a lot of teleport rooms. It's literally just me saying cinematopography wrong on purpose. Oh, okay. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, so like if somebody were to say irregardless out loud to piss off an English major. Got it. Like Bon Apple Tea instead of Bon Appetit. Okay, gotcha. I suspect okay, this has to be a boss room. I'm gonna go back and go to that other room that I saw. There we go. And you know, the Hear Me Out discussion is a funny one because that friend that I talked about earlier, she and I actually kind of had a dialogue about what would our hear me outs be if we were to put them into words, and I guess you can call me extremely vanilla because I genuinely could not tell you. I have no real idea for what I could potentially say as a hear me out, you know? My tastes are pretty normal, all things considered. I think the closest that I would have is, I want to know your hear me outs. I don't really have one. I don't really have a hear me out. It's like, for the longest time, I've just had a pretty normal taste, you know, especially considering how many people would say that they'd want to fuck the xenomorph. But apparently the xenomorph itself is being considered a vanilla option since, you know, it's such a popular choice for people. So how the hell do I get up? There's a hole up there. How do I? Okay, I probably can't get up there at some point because of a block of some kind. All right, well, I'll come back to that later. I guess the closest I could think of is maybe the Wolf Queen character from Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, but that isn't even really that much of a hear me out because while she does transform into a wolf, she has a human form that she walks around in. So I've got nothing. I got nothing because I probably would end up being one of those guys. Like, if I did not learn about the hear me out etiquette, I would probably be one of those guys that would post, I don't know, Danny Phantom's mom from Danny Phantom and be like, all right, guys, hear me out, you know? Or, I'd be on that boat. But now that I know the etiquette, I gotta think like, okay, shit, are there characters that I would have that are like that? You know, are there any characters that I would say hear me out on? Not really. All right, what's this boss? You're too pure, too good for this world. I guess I am. Oh, I see what I'm supposed to do. Oh. Wait. Interesting. Hold on. So the head is not a weak point. Maybe Jonathan does damage to head? No, head does not. Okay, so only body gets damaged. Okay, good to know. Okay, that's a cool move. Oh shit. Oh, that's big damage. That is a sick game over screen. That is a genuinely sick game over screen. Do I have any? I do have potions, okay. Whoop. Actually, what's a hear me out from you, Lilith? I want to know your side of things. I said I've got nothing, so I want to hear what you've got in your docket. Rip in peace? Yeah. That wasn't a very good attempt. Okay, so it's just this attack that, oh my god! Okay, that attack drinks my health down. Good to know. Yeah, that's a toughie. My problem is that I have many that you probably consider hear me outs, but other monster fuckers, they're tame choices. I see. So if you were very much like the whole, hey, I say xenomorph, they roll their eyes and go, well, of course, xenomorph. Okay then. Yeah, I guess it's also just because I'm not a monster fucker. Oh, Interesting, so each character has a different rush that you can equip. How am I supposed to... Maybe I'm supposed to knock the head off. Oh, no, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know exactly what I'm supposed to do for that fight. I'm supposed to keep the head away from being onto the body so it doesn't do that attack. Okay. In that case, I should probably have Jonathan out for that. Or Charlotte. Yeah, like, you can't say Bill Cipher. That's conventionally attractive. A conventionally attractive evil triangle. That's the... When I heard Bill Cipher was apparently a thirst trap for some, that genuinely felt like I had just... I don't know. I just had this moment of, like, really, you know? I wouldn't even say it was a really moment. It was just a moment of genuine, just befuddlement. Yeah, I was befuddled. I was like, this is really what people are... Really? Somebody's into that. But I guess, again, the idea of it just being charismatic is the plus side, huh? It all comes down to the charisma and the attitude. Okay, I'm at least okay, I confused it enough. All right. Well, that worked out. Whew. That monster just now seemed to be the core of the magic energy. Meaning Bronner can't use the castle's power now? No, not quite. His control of the castle's power has decreased a bit, but... Decreased a bit? I think there's something else. My oh my. I knew I smelled something. Seems like some maggots got inside. The charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Yeah, the 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will. Yeah. Also, Lilith, I think this character is totally you, Core. Look at her. A vampire? My, such attitude. You dare disrespect somebody of my caliber? Like, if there's anything that I can say for certain about Castlevania that I love is the fact that all these characters have just a gothic aesthetic no matter the time period. Because right now we're in World War II in this game, and here we have a vampire that's dressed like she's around the Victorian era. I love it. I am a lady, Lady Loretta. You probably think your little victory has weakened us a bit. However, I do have some tragic news for you. This wasn't the only one of Father's paintings. I know that. I can obviously tell by sensing the movement of the magical energy. What an amusing sight, a child who fancies herself an adult. Let's take her, Charlotte. Right with you. The whip! Jonathan, what are you doing? Unfortunately, I have strict orders from Father not to fight you. Now, if you'll excuse me. Why did you stop attacking? It was like some strange power was... Never mind. I'm sure it was nothing. I probably just imagined it. Sorry. Oh well, like that vampire said, I sense other paintings too. I can't pinpoint their exact location though. We'll just have to find them. Let's head back to the castle. Alright, so there's that. First boss went down pretty quickly. I just needed to have Charlotte out. Spring off partner's shoulders to jump again in midair. Can I keep doing it? No, just once. That's funny. That's pretty funny. You just kind of bounce on them. That's good. I like that. That's funny. There we go.
Okay. Nothing there.
Gotcha. You know what? I think the real Turing test as far as hear me outs are concerned would probably be if you ever did a Pokemon Smasher Pass. I think that's what it is. If you at any point, like anyone watching this, if you had ever did a Pokemon Smasher Pass, like went to the website for it, I think that is the true test of like, okay, are you the type of person to have some really outrageous hear me outs? Do you say smash to muck? Do you say smash to do you say smash to a lot of the regular ones that people would say smash to? Do you see Vaporeon then immediately think of the copy pasta? You know? I think that's it. I think that's really what it is. Like, I think that's a good way of testing it. Because then you kind of upgrade, well, I shouldn't say upgrade, you kind of go from that to having more or less a grander scope of potential, like, oh, here's all, you don't want to know what I'd smash?
Charlotte. Jonathan.
Would I not want to know? Would I really not want to know? Like, are you gonna be saying that you would, like, would you be looking at some of the Dead by Daylight killers and say would? Actually, that's, because if so, you're probably just in that with the rest of the fan base. The world isn't ready to know? Oh, is it now? Moonwalkers. See, now you got me kind of curious about that. Like, you got me kind of curious. Because, like, I've heard some pretty outrageous hear me outs. Like, not outrageous as in, like, you know, I'm pissed. Outrageous as in, like, really. Look me in the eyes and tell me I don't seem like one who would smash a Dead by Daylight killer. Oh, no, I know you would be. In fact, I'm... If anything, Lilith, I'm shocked you haven't streamed Dead by Daylight yourself, because I feel like that would totally be your jam, but that also runs the risk of having the same multiplayer problems that most multiplayer games tend to have, you know, when playing with randos. Like, that's not to say all multiplayer games have bad communities with randos, but there's a reason a lot of streamers, when playing multiplayer games, keep the chat boxes hidden. Just saying. Actually, it's kind of funny that I mentioned Dead by Daylight, because they did a Castlevania crossover, and Dracula and Soma Cruz and Alucard are now in the game, and I gotta say, it is weird, really, really weird to see Soma Cruz in 3D like that. I can't play PvP games on stream because I am a sore loser and even more of a sore winner. Oh. So the type that would go like super salty if you lost, but then rub it in people's faces if you win. Oh. Yeah, I've had a bad history with multiplayer stuff too on my end as well. That's why I don't play Smash Brothers anymore. On top of Smash Brothers also just kind of losing its steam a little bit. Okay, so I guess the idea that's presented for this game is that each portrait is its own mini-map, and with that mini-map in mind, maybe the castle's not as large, but we get to explore these mini-maps further. Absolutely, I can't let people know I'm a horrible person, for real. You're not a horrible person. It's just, I get it. Like, competitive games can bring out a side of somebody that's really not that fun to have out. I know that. I know that for certain. I've gotten extremely salty back in my Call of Duty days and my Overwatch days and especially in my Smash Brothers days. I understand it. I understand it completely. So that's part of the reason why you never really will see me stream multiplayer games either, is that is that, and also most of the multiplayer games I'm interested in, nobody else really wants to play with me. Because for games I'm interested in that aren't on the more competitive aspect, I really like stuff like Monster Hunter, but nobody else I know is interested in Monster Hunter. So I'm like, well, I'll just kind of sit here then and grind away my new, I don't know, my new switch axe weapon by myself. Because at least with Monster Hunter, you also get to be more cooperative and fight something that isn't another person. While pushing an object, call your partner to help you push. There we go. Oh, is that why? That might have been why I couldn't go up from earlier. Okay, good to know. Yeah, the last time I ever really played a multiplayer game, oh God, how long ago was it? I don't know, I don't think I've really, definitely not in recent years. I guess Monster Hunter World, but I never really got to the multiplayer of that. Not out of any reason of like, oh, people suck. It's because PlayStation, I have it on the PS4, and PlayStation Plus is $60 a year, which is a lot of money to spend. Oh, if Charlotte's health reaches 0, oh, I see. Well, I'm saying fuck that place. Because I think I had a grand total of 1 other person that joined me for a multiplayer hunt, and I think it was against the Kieran? No! I remember what it was. My last time ever doing multiplayer on anything was in Dark Souls, specifically in the remaster. Because I knew for certain I was going to have trouble with the Bell Gargoyles, so a buddy of mine joined me to fight them. That's what it was. And then after that, I went offline and never used multiplayer in a Souls game again, because there's a very volatile nature to Souls multiplayer that I just know for certain would ruin the fun for me. Like, not to say that all Souls fans can be volatile and toxic, it's just sadly a lot of the ones that ruin the fun for everybody else are volatile and toxic. So, yeah. Oh, that's what it was. I was like, surely in recent memory I had to have. And yeah, it was that. Because like, what I wasn't worried about was the, I wasn't worried about any kind of toxic behavior from the chat, because everybody, like, y'all are really chill when it comes to me playing games that I'm not used to playing, which I'm really appreciative of. I appreciate you all a lot for being super chill and nice. It was more so like the random invasions that I don't want to deal with, because that can happen. People can invasively invade your worlds and make it unfun. So, yeah. Although with Monster Hunter Wilds coming up next year, maybe I could dip my toe into multiplayer on that for stream. I feel like that'd be pretty fun. Like, get some people to coordinate with me, and you know, we fight Rathalos together. Maybe I can finally learn some hear me outs on who would want to fuck the Rathalos or the Rathian or the Kieran, or I think they have like a new mud frog monster. I feel like Monster Hunter is also a good Turing test for hear me outs. There we go. Oh, something else I want to do this year is that I finally want to catch up on some of the anime that I have yet to really fully finish as far as watching is concerned, because there are some shows that I could not be able to really watch fully due to the unavailability thanks to Crunchyroll and their really awful stuff. So at some point, I want to actually watch Mob Psycho Season 3. That is for certain on the docket because I love Mob Psycho. I just have not gotten to starting Season 3 because Crunchyroll owns it, and because Crunchyroll had decided to make literally every anime under their umbrella not available to their audience that have the free accounts, I can't watch it. So I have to sadly sail the 7 seas in order to actually watch this thing that I really like because Mob Psycho Season 3 isn't on Netflix either. Which isn't fun to have to realize. It's like, shit, you know, damn it. But another anime news, Don Season 2 is coming out in June, July? Next summer, or this summer. It's coming out this summer, which I'm pretty excited for, because Don really kind of shot up as a really cool new show for a lot of people. And it's been interesting to see the reactions of it. Because having read the manga as far ahead as I have, I know what's gonna happen, but something that I know for certain is that the studio will pull some really cool stuff to make certain scenes hit a lot harder. And if you've seen Don, you know exactly what episode I'm talking about when I say that. Jesus Christ, that hurt so hard. That hurt really bad. It was, it was just interesting to see how they've been able to really animate the scenes that they were given in the manga and just give them such a new amount of life. I mean, that's kind of the deal with a lot of animation lately, that some of the most highly praised and talked about shows recently are animated ones, and I think that's really awesome. And while there are live action ones out there that have garnered their share of praise, I don't know, there's something about good animated series that just strike a chord, you know? Because some shows are genuinely ones that I would recommend just on their artistic value alone, on top of their story and everything else. Scavenger's Reign, for instance, the tragic nature of it not getting a season 2 notwithstanding, I would recommend Scavenger's Reign to anybody that wants to do studies for backgrounds, you know? Because that show's got some gorgeous backgrounds. Oh god. Switch Pro Controller. Alright, I killed a boss. You have anything new for me? What will it be today?
How are things?
Supersonic Punch. Go to the butcher in town and punch some meat to get ground meat.
Care to try?
What?
This is your training.
So I gotta go beat meat. I have to beat meat live on stream? The things Castlevania makes me do. Oh shit, I did not see what that said. That went away way too quickly. Lizard tail, no. Push cube, no. Call cube, no. Change cube, no. Book of Spirits, display the names of enemies when you attack them. Got it. Okay, so that was one painting.
Charlotte!
It's really good music. Okay, can I hop up here? No. Yeah. Probably need to get an actual double jump to do that. Oh well. And actually, speaking of animated series that I'm looking forward to, or like season 2 of things. I completely forgot that Castlevania Nocturne is going to be coming out with its 2nd season this month, and I think in 2 weeks it's supposed to be out. And you know, I had a talk with one of my friends recently about Nocturne, and in particular the way that the Netflix Castlevania series have done their writing. And I brought it up because somebody had posted about something on Blue Sky regarding the writing style of the Netflix Castlevania series and how it felt very quippy in the way of Marvel, and like that very Marvel writing thing that really pissed people off whenever it showed up in other pieces of media outside of that initial thing. And I can kind of see where they're coming from, you know? Like, not to say that I entirely agree with it, because for me, the egregious part of that writing is that it usually is invasive in almost everything that happens in a movie, a game, a series, or what have you, and never really allows for any kind of sincere moments. I feel like that's not the case with Nocturne, and by proxy, the other Castlevania series, because they at least allow the characters to be able to have sincere moments and talk to each other. Like in season 1 of Nocturne, when Just is talking to Richter by that lake or pond, I guess. There, at no point in that discussion does Richter ever quip his way out of something. No, he reacts like how he should in the moment, and I find that very nice. But I do get what people mean when they say they don't like having Richter, you know, curse a ton or constantly try to get the last word in a discussion. I also kind of chalk it up to the idea that maybe the writers and showrunners of that series want to, oh Jesus, what that tongue do? That the writers and showrunners of Nocturne are just trying to do something different with the characters, considering the characters in question are from games that came out a really long time ago, and therefore the characterization of them is not entirely missing, but definitely not as in depth as they were, as they probably could have been, you know? I don't know. I just find the case of Nocturne's writing to not be as egregious as people make it out to be, but maybe I'm an outlier on that. Who knows? Because I remember somebody talking about how they didn't want Shinoa from the Order of Ecclesia game to face that similar situation, and the quote that was said was, quote, ruin the character, and I wouldn't really say that it ruins them. It's a different take, but it's not like it's erasing the past of the characters, because that's literally impossible right now. People can get to experience Richter and Shinoa in their original games right now, you know, with these collections. And I don't know, I just find the case of this to not be as egregious versus any Marvel movie or what have you, or like that Forspoken game that came out a while back. So who knows? Maybe I'm off base, but I don't find it as awful of a case that people make it out to be, you know? How the fuck do I get out of here? Oh, wait, it's up. I'm dumb. I was like, how do I get through the gates? I don't. In fact, I remember when we were talking about One Piece earlier, I remember when the first trailer from the One Piece live action dropped and people were groaning over the prospect of Zoro and Sanji and everybody else having the Marvel quip lines as well. And, you know, that fear got dispelled since the series was able to, you know, premiere and run really smoothly, because most of the quips came from Zoro or Nami. But again, it's been so baked into our systems that that kind of writing is just so eye-rollingly common and not entirely that good because it's just a shorthand. But again, I feel like once more, Nocturne's case is not as bad as what it could. It's not as bad as people make it out to be, I think, but that might just be me. All right. But who knows? Maybe in season 2 it will be as bad as it ends up being, because even something like Castlevania is not infallible. You know, it can have the capacity to have moments that are not good. I'll still stand by that season 3 of Castlevania was the weakest overall, and while I do enjoy aspects of the story that came up with the characters in seasons 3 and 4, I felt like the series kind of blew its load a little bit with some of its best moments in season 2. So yeah, it's all media in a lot of ways is not perfect. You know, there's no one perfect media out there. And we just gotta be willing to accept that people will have their differences about how some media is versus others, and just generally be respectful of it, you know? Also, we have an ad break starting in about 4.5 minutes, just a heads up. I like this music. All right, let's try this way. I want to see. Oh, how'd I fall? Oh, I need to jump. Okay. Got it. There we go. Ooh, cool, save point. Yeah, so far game plays pretty well. I like the idea that they have here of Charlotte and Jonathan teaming up like this. It melts bosses if you time it right, and having the abilities of a magic user and a melee. What the fuck? You look sick! Dragon zombie. This thing looks fucking rad! Oh, I feel bad for killing it because it looks so cool. That's something that I've always appreciated about Castlevania, is just how the variance of enemies will lead to some enemies just only really appearing once or twice in a room, and that's the only time you ever see them in the game, and you're like, well, that was really sick. I also just realized I should probably get myself some healing items, huh? If I find a teleport room again, I really should get some potions. I'm out of healing items, and I don't have any Nine Souls style healing bongs. And actually, speaking of Nine Souls, so a while back, the devs of Nine Souls did something really cool. They included a boss rush mode in a update that they put out last year, and I decided at some point this year I actually would love to do a stream where I tackle that boss rush mode, just to see how I do and to see if I can actually win. Because I love the bosses of Nine Souls a lot, and learning their patterns was really fun. So if I could, you know, do the boss rush mode, I think that'd be a really fun stream. So that's something else that I would like to plan for this year, is just to have a dedicated day of like, hey, let's do the Nine Souls boss rush mode.
All right, let's go buy some potions. All right,
I'll make you a deal.
we'll buy 4. I think that's a good amount. Ooh, we'll buy a second map. Shuriken, a throwing blade used by ninjas. Yagyu Shuriken, a refined throwing blade used by the deadliest ninjas. Kunai Dart. Interesting, I can buy sub-weapons. Rock Riot, dump rocks onto your enemy. Okay, so these are all, so those are spells, and here's more sub-weapons. Interesting. Well, I'm not gonna buy armor right now because I have a very, very, very strong feeling that I might end up finding better armor later.
Thank you.
But we got potions, that's what we came here for. All right, ad break's about to start, so for the next 3 minutes, I recommend y'all take a quick break during the ads, go stretch, get yourself a water, use the restroom if you need to, and we'll be right back.
And the ad break is done. Thanks. Welcome back, everybody. I also just remembered, so I brought it up earlier, but I completely forgot to, I embarrassingly forgot to continue on the train of thought. I had also been catching up on the webtoons that I had been neglecting. I've been doing my best on that front because I want to catch up to them since it had been a very long time since I had dedicated myself to it. And I, in particular, have caught up so far to My Giant Nerd Boyfriend, Love Me to Death, and let's see, it was My Giant Nerd Boyfriend, Love Me to Death, 1 HP Club, New Magical Me, Bloodbound, and I think it was one. Nope, just those so far. And I've got so many more I need to catch up on, but I want to at least make an effort onto that front because I've got a lot of those saved, and Webtoon implemented this really, really stupid thing where when you are reading a series, when a series that you have liked is completed, after a certain point, you don't really gain the same kind of access that you had to it before. So, unfortunately, I gotta really hunker down on finishing some of the ones that are completed, which so far is just one of them, thank God, but yeah, I essentially have to think like, oh shit, gotta catch up on all these as soon as I can. In particular, some of my favorites like Space Boy and Suitor Armor, I really need to get on those because Suitor Armor left off on a real big cliffhanger for Season 1, and Season 2 seems to have some revelations that I'm trying not to fucking spoil myself on, but it looks really good. Good shit. All right. We got the map, so holy shit, we've got a lot to explore. All right. So basically 2025, so I'm just gonna try and catch up on all the media that I've been neglecting and or been unable to watch for one reason or another. That's what I want to do as part of my situation. What in the fuck? Piss off, Invisible Man. Your song's mid. As they say, as the new blood says, the song is mid. So that's one thing. I also have been wanting to get more into reading more books, and I'll count audiobooks into that front as well because I've been finding some real gems due to the bookstore that I mentioned in a prior stream, the one that does a lot of reviews from the staff that are written by them. And it sucks because I was really close to finishing Gideon the Ninth, and I was really enjoying the revelations done with some of the characters there, but then my time with the book had to be cut short, so now I've got to potentially wait a few weeks in order for me to see the conclusion to the story, and I'm like, fuck! So that's fun, but in any case, good time still, I would recommend it. And in particular, I'd found it to be really engrossing at points where I was like, should I just listen to it in my own time? But I typically save audiobooks for commutes or if I'm out of the house, you know? Maybe if I'm doing chores, but I don't really there's no real chores for me to do at my house right now. Offensive form, a stance that emphasizes offense. That's cool. So hold up on that and he does a little hair flip. What does Charlotte do? God, I love the sprite animations in these Castlevania games. They're so good. I love them. All right, equip. Offensive form. Oh, it's an attack boost. I see. Got it. Huh. All right, neat. Neato. right, let's head back to that save room. How long does this last? This is lasting quite a while. Okay. That lasted a lot longer than I expected it to. Holy shit. So, yeah, I think I might keep that equipped for a while. That's a really good power-up to keep. Yeah, I've also been wanting to keep an eye on game news that's happening for this year as well, which there's already been a pretty significant news drop. Like, day one of 2025, we learned that Tango Gameworks, the people that made Hi-Fi Rush and The Evil Within, they're back in business and they're going to be making a Hi-Fi Rush sequel fully, which, that felt good. After some of the shit that happened in the games industry this year, it's really nice to see developers be like, yes, we're back in force after our publisher decided to shut down our studio. We're good now. Hi-Fi Rush will continue. I'm pretty happy about that. So, good on them. I loved Hi-Fi Rush. You love to see when games can continue, you know? It's very nice to see. Because it was a really shitty situation that happened with them. So for the uninitiated, back in 2024, God, I want to say around the summer. Yeah, it was around the summertime, because I think Summer Games Fest was happening at the time. Tango Gameworks, the developers of the much beloved Hi-Fi Rush from 2023, had to close their doors and all of their staff got laid off by Microsoft. The reason that everybody points to, and I'll point to this too, is just that not enough sales from that game went towards the Game Pass aspect of things. So due to how much Microsoft has to invest into Game Pass, they've ended up having to cut so many of the developers that they've accrued over time because they just can't make their money back from all the acquisitions they've done. And then people immediately clowned on Microsoft. They got really pissed, especially towards some of the executives that were like, oh, we need games like Hi-Fi Rush so that gaming can evolve as a medium. And immediately people were like, then why the fuck did you get rid of the developers that made that game? You just shitty situation all around with that front. And funnily enough, what ended up rescuing Tango Gameworks in a way was the publishers of Players Unknown Battleground, that really popular battle royale game from 2018. I think, was it 2018? I think it was 2018. And after that happened, everybody was like, really? They're gonna try and help them. Okay, but I guess maybe they've gotten enough funding or something, and they've been able to work out having their own studio and be able to work on games on their own without having to need Microsoft at all. And part of me kind of hopes that for the next Hi-Fi Rush game that they just don't put it on Microsoft consoles at all. It'd be very petty, and they would cut a potentially large amount of people that would really be interested in the game, but it would be a real power move on them if they did that. Just saying. I don't think it would happen, but it would be very funny. Oh, why the fuck would I not equip that? That's good shit. Yeah, I don't know the full details about how they were able to fully become their own studio, but I'm very happy for them because they're very talented developers that made a really awesome game, and they're gonna get to keep making awesome games, which is great. We love to see it. Summon a sharp, fang-like pillar of ice. Ooh, hold on. Let's equip that to you. What does that look like? Oh, that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. These goddamn bats. Why? I'm so glad that a lot of modern platforms, for the most part, got rid of knockback as just a means of conveying damage, because holy shit, that's bad. Like, being stun locked isn't fun either, but at the very least, I don't have to deal with that and deal with this.
Charlotte!
Oh, that's... Yeah, that's really good. That's really, really good. I'm keeping that on. Yeah, so far this is good. I'm liking this game. It's got an interesting concept. And it plays well, and the music's good. And I like this idea of sub-weapons dropping from enemies being, oh, hello. I thought you would appear. The one who imposes upon my master. He's swirling with black magic. I've read about him. Dracula's eternal servant. Death. Dracula isn't this castle's master anymore. Why are you here? My, what an odd thing to say. This castle belongs to Lord Dracula. To him and no one else. I get it. You've joined forces with Brawner because you're thinking of resurrecting Dracula, aren't you? Brawner? Who are you talking about? There's no point in playing dumb. We already know the current master of this castle is a vampire by the name of Brawner. Vampire Brawner. Even with my power, I didn't sense that. This needs to be dealt with before the return of my master. What? You really didn't know? Well, it doesn't matter. You're connected to Dracula, so I'll fight you here and now. Ha! With that useless whip of yours, at least your dead father was strong enough to yield it. Don't compare me to my father! Calm down, Jonathan. You can't beat him without a strategy. Oh, and to think he needs a little child to admonish him. Sorry, Charlotte. Whenever someone mentions my father, I just lose it. That's all right. It's not like you started hating your father just now. But what's the point in getting angry at someone who isn't even here? It's because he's not here. Listen, my father only taught me the basics of fighting. Then he went and got himself killed, leaving me the heir to the whip. A whip he didn't teach me how to yield. He was so selfish. He must have had his reasons. And don't forget that you've been fighting without the whip's power so far, thanks to his teaching. Maybe so. But now Dracula may be reviving, and I can't even use the power that I'm meant to use. Even though my father could. That's true, but enough with all this talk about my father. Talking won't change a thing. Come on, let's go. When death makes an appearance, Dracula can't be far away. Yeah, you're right. So, Death seems to have not gotten the work memo of, hey, we're under new management. Death, sadly, we're gonna have to let you go. Death had to get the email from Brawner that it's under new management and they have to convert all their files to Microsoft Excel, and Death doesn't want to learn Excel, so they have to let him go. Just all of the administrative tasks get transferred to a different department.
I'll make you a deal.
Do I want more potions? You know what? I'm gonna take Uncurse, because if that does what I think it might do, then I'm gonna take that. Let's go with that. We'll save here. All right. Yeah, in particular with a lot of potential game stuff coming out next year. One game that I know for certain that I want to get my hands on to play at some point is Hyper Light Breaker. I'm just cautious about getting it in early access because I love Hyper Light Drifter, but it feels like Hyper Light Breaker is trying to do something that feels very corporate decision based, you know? Like, I don't doubt that it'll be a good game. I just don't know how I'm gonna feel about what the fuck. Is she just trying to vacuum my butthole? Why would you try to vacuum my butthole? That's really weird. Anyway, because Hyper Light Breaker is supposed to be a roguelike multiplayer game that looks like it's it doesn't look like you need multiplayer, or it doesn't look like you need friends to play with it, but it seems like one of those games that benefits strongly from having friends play with you. And I'm not against it entirely so long as I can at least play solo, because that's the thing. When it comes to multiplayer games, I'm not a fan of the idea of a game basically being unplayable solo. Because you're not always gonna find a group of friends to play with when it comes to certain ones. Like, Lethal Company, don't even try with solo on that. And I just hope that Breaker can at least allow for solo players to at least have a manageable time that is somewhat easier with friends. Kind of like Monster Hunter. If anything, I feel like Monster Hunter kind of is my ultimate multiplayer game because because that game's not entirely reliant on the player having 4 people. You can play the game by yourself and you can win fights pretty well. I've done so. It's just dependent on your skill with the weapon and how well you know the monster. So I don't know if Hyper Light Breaker can have something similar, but the other reason why I'm kind of looking to Breaker with caution is that one of Heart Machine's strengths as a developer is their ability to really sell atmosphere with sound and music. Like, the first Don Quixote? Don Quixote? What the fuck? Is that a Muse item that I got? Is it a relic? Don Quixote. No? What the fuck? Wait, I just got Don Quixote out of nowhere. What the fuck? Moonwalker. Is it a weapon? No. 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 Oh, it's a book. The story of a man who thought himself a gallant knight. What does that look like? What the fuck? That's awesome! That's so cool! Damn, that's awesome. All right, yeah, that's a new weapon. I didn't see that it was a book at first. But anyway, Hyper Light Breaker. So, the strength that Heart Machine has as a developer is atmosphere with music and sound, or music and imagery. And I point to Hyper Light Drifter as their strongest case of that because there were so many moments in that game that really gave me goosebumps with its ability to just paint a picture without really saying anything. And I don't doubt that. And I'm not saying that I doubt Breaker not being able to do that, but I feel like the majesty of having a really atmospheric game gets kind of lost when you're dealing with multiple people playing a similar experience to you, because you could potentially lose some of the magic whenever you have a friend there kind of shooting the shit as you're seeing a really, really beautiful environment unfold. How the fuck how do I fight this thing? Maybe What is this thing's deal? It's clearly a boss. How do I fight it? Is there something I'm missing with this? I have no idea what I'm... Nope, that's not it. I can move it, but... Oh, I have to be up top. Okay. I see. I guess that would explain the platforms. And Jonathan's out of the fight. Okay, now I get it. I just didn't understand it because I was like, why am I not doing damage to this thing? All right, let's just spam literature at a slime to kill it. Okay, in that case, I don't need to shove it all the way to the other side of the room. I can just do this. Holy shit, that's damage. Jonathan, if you could just keep doing that, that'd be wonderful. And yeah! Holy fuck, that's damage. Good stuff. There we go. What's this? Double, oh! Oh, she gets a little broom for the double jump. That's cute. Do you have anything different? No, just boring. Oh god. Oh shit! There we go. There. Gotcha. Actually, what's to the right down here? I want to see. I want to see what's to the right.
I see you.
What are you? Laraji? Is that how you pronounce that name? Laraji. What the fuck is that? Hold on. What are you? Laraji. Select an enemy to view. An evil hunter uses ricocheting bullets to kill from afar. I have no idea. Is Laraji from a folklore thing? I have no... Oh my god! They hurt though. Jesus.
I see you. I see you.
There we go.
Jonathan.
Okay, so far this is turning out pretty well. I like the Ice Fang power. That's been really, really nice. Good damage. I still don't know how I feel about Persephone being a maid. That's such an odd choice for a character design. Ooh, another painting. Okay. Well, we'll check that in a moment, but I'm guessing these other three rooms are, yep, they're save rooms. There we go. So I guess the other benefit regarding Jonathan's sub-weapons is that he can use them while in midair, whereas Charlotte can't. So that's good to know. right, let's save. And we've got some potions, so should I get more? I probably don't need to. Yeah, I might not need to get more potions. I think I'm okay. Let's go into the painting. All right, what's this one? Because it seems like this is going to be the game's way of showing new locales. Ooh. Sandy Grave. I was about to say Shady Grave. Okay, so Egyptian. Cool. What the fuck? Stone mask. JoJo's reference? A creepy mask in an used in ancient rituals. Yeah, that's a JoJo's reference. I love that Castlevania and Igavanias in particular are all have just so many JoJo's references in them. It's so fun. And you know, something else I would love to do this year is probably get to actually reading the JoJo's manga. I would probably start off from the point in the anime where I stopped, which was part 6, because, you know, the part 6 anime, while I enjoyed it, definitely was not the strongest point in JoJo's, for me at least. So if I could get to maybe reading into part 7, which apparently is where JoJo's really, really, really takes off in terms of its cool identity. Oh my god, I think that would be pretty cool, just to finally experience those stories. And I hear part 9 is interesting with how its storytelling went with some of the characters. But all I really know about part 9 is that it seems to start off really well, and all I know from part 8 is that there's a guy with 4 balls. That's all I know. That is all I know about JoJo's part 4 or part 8. I got another whip. I have to get an upgrade to do this. Really? All right. I had to get an upgrade in order for me to do the whip trick. Come on. Surely, you know. Surely. Okay, I can't reach that. Is there anything else? No. I'm gonna guess that the Flying Skull provides a curse, and I do not like curse because if my memory serves correctly, curse in Castlevania has always been a status ailment where you just don't get to attack anymore. So that's never fun, to just straight up have the inability to attack. I think you can use... Actually, no, I could be wrong. It's either I lose the ability to attack or I lose the ability to use sub-weapons. Either one is not good. To make it clear, either one is not ideal. But I would much rather lose the ability to use sub-weapons as opposed to my regular attack. But yeah, enemies can drop sub-weapon attacks for Charlotte too. This is a really cool game. It kind of feels like that Julius mode from Dawn of Sorrow expanded on a bit more, and you have 2 characters to play with. I like this. This is nice. That's really awesome. The Ice Fang acts as a wall against projectiles. That's really good. I might keep that I might keep it on. Clear Skies, a defensive spell that neutralizes ranged attacks. Okay, that's a good one. All right, so it seems more spectral enemies are what Charlotte's good to fight against, and ones that aren't are for Jonathan. Oh God. Piss off. No. only 3 damage with the dangle whip move? Damn it. Okay, well, they're not as egregious here, which I'm grateful about. Oh, God. Okay. I do like how fast Jonathan is with the whip, because, okay, I got cursed. Yep, I lose the ability to use sub-weapons. All right, that's good to know. But that's also a nice discovery. So, status ailments are by character, so they don't share status ailments. Good to know. You can attack enemies with physical or magical attacks. When an enemy takes damage and flashes blue, it means the attack had little effect. It's good to know, so matching the right attack to the right enemy is key to success. Okay. Good to know. This game's really good. I like this so far. It's been fun to go through these Castlevania, Metroidvania games and just get to experience them in full like this. And I've mentioned many a time about my real disdain for Konami's lack of providing any new Castlevania stuff, but at the very least, they're good about their collector's edition, or they're good about their collection of games, you know? That's the positive that I'll take out of this, because we live in a reality where almost every Castlevania game is now available for people to play, and I think that's awesome. The only ones that aren't available right now, I think, are just the 3D ones now. Because you can get Lords of Shadow, but I'm talking more about the Nintendo 64 and PS2 entries. So, and honestly, I don't know if whether or not those might end up seeing the light of day at all, because those are not fondly remembered for the most part. I think they've gotten like a new lease on life in the fan base, but in general, they're still just kind of seen as as a whole. So, yeah. Unfortunate, but who knows? Konami may surprise us. Who's to say? All right. Wrong direction. Goddamn Switch Pro Controller D-pad. It's fucking cool zombie dragon. I love this thing. Jesus Christ, Ice Fang is good. Also, I just noticed my health. There we go. What the fuck? What is that? El Giza. That was really cool. Again, something that I appreciate is, I mentioned it earlier, but I really do like how Castlevania just has these uniquely designed enemies, and each of them has their own unique way of having a animation for when you kill them, or just doing something unique with the ideas of some of the classic monsters that you see, like the basilisk or slimes or goddesses in the case of Persephone. I don't know. I think it's neat. Wait, what'd that say? Oh, you're from Symphony of the Night. I remember you. Amphisbena? Like, I have no idea what that is. I feel like I ought to research some of this afterwards, because genuinely I'm curious about where they may originate from, or if they're you know, actually made by the devs. Okay, so I just made a loop around. I do need to save and heal. That would be very nice. That would be a good plan, I think. There we go. Okay. And regarding stream today, I think I may go for maybe about another hour and a half or so before I decide to call it. I was planning on a bit of a shorter stream because I do have a early day commitment thing that I do have to wake up a bit early for work. So I wasn't planning on doing a super long stream tonight. About 3.5 hours is probably what I'll go for tonight. Just wanted to give you a heads up about that. Because I've got other obligations though, sadly. Alright. Yeah, we've gotten everything out of this room. We have one room that's incomplete. I completely missed that. There we go. But yeah, so we've still got probably about an hour before I'll be done, but I just wanted to give a heads up about that because the last thing that I want is the time to get away from me, and then I realize, oh shit, it's midnight on my end, you know? Because that's happened to me a lot before, where I just get into a game and then time gets away. The classic problem of, oh, you play the new Pokemon game and then you realize it's like 7 p.m. or no, it's like 4 a.m. and you have school in a few hours and you're like, oh shit. The hitbox on this thing is huge too. I cannot remember the last time in a Castlevania Metroidvania game I ever saw a max HP upgrade just sitting in a room like that. Oh my god. I think it was Symphony of the Night was the last one that I seen have one of those. Maybe. No, it was Symphony of the Night. Wow. Swipe. Oh, hello. Is that good? Oh, it's really good. Okay, rare drop. I'll take it. That was a very lucky drop. I don't know what the drop rate is if that's Zweihander, but that's a good find. Okay, warp room and save room. Okay, thank you. I actually did need that. I needed both of those. So let's loop back and go through that top area that we decided to skip. Paying attention to the lasers because the pharaohs, of course, were known for implementing laser defenses on their pyramids. Curse of Ra, you get shot with a laser. Okay. Ooh. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that would be something that I'd recommend manga-wise, because I've got a few that I've got on the back burner for just generally that I want to read, period. But I've, as I said, due to how busy I've been, I've not really dedicated a whole lot of time to actually sitting down and reading them. I do know I want to collect more of the Invincible Compendium, though, because Invincible Season 3 is also slated to come out this year as well, so I really want to get into actually reading the entire comic so that I can have like a cool understanding of the differences between the comic and the show. Although chances are I probably will end up getting spoiled on comic book events from the show. Oh, hello! Well, you look cool. I like your collar. You could probably collect rainwater with that thing.
Oh ho. I'm a bit surprised to find you inside my painting.
Oh, it's Brommer. You must be Bronner, not Brommer. Or Browner? I don't know how you pronounce it. How dare you! Show my father some respect!
Calm yourself, Stella. What could they possibly know about respect? They're just humans, after all. Indeed, I am Bronner, master of this castle.
Are you trying to revive Dracula? What the hell are you up to? Dracula, you say? What a joke, right, sister? Watching these ignorants get worked up can be so entertaining. That's why I post rage bait posts on Twitter all the time. It's so fun. It seems, yeah, that'd be what Bronner and his family does. They just post rage bait on social media and just watch as the engagement flows through. It seems you have no intention of reviving Dracula.
Why should Lord Dracula be revived? In the last few centuries, he's failed at controlling humanity. I will wait no longer. For the sake of my beloved daughters, I will take this world from mankind. Humans bring death and ruin to everything of beauty.
If you're not after Dracula, why has the castle been resurrected?
Lord Dracula's power is great. I recognize that. And through this castle, that power will allow the world to be reborn.
You only want to use Dracula's power? But it shouldn't be possible to separate Dracula from his magic.
Oh, but it is. What a clever young lady. So long as I possess the power of the painting, I had no trouble at all.
Father, you need not waste your time on such insolent pests.
What did you say?
Yes, please show them how utterly pathetic they are.
Well, no need to be hasty, dear. At the moment, Dracula's faithful servant is sniffing around my castle. Disposing of him is our first priority.
But Father,
you two have nothing to worry about. Please retire to a safe place and get some rest.
Bop, 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 bop.
You heard me. We can dispose of this trash anytime.
We finally met this Bronner. Browner? I think it might be Browner. I think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. He has incredible power. Just the sight of him could drive an ordinary person mad. Yep, it would have been messy. If only I could use the whip. Look, at least we're alive. Yeah, but I'll make him regret ever crossing paths with us. All right.
Jonathan! Charlotte!
Okay, so we met the big bad. Cool. Can I make it up there? Oh, there's something up there for me.
Jonathan!
What is this? Bakwa knife, a throwing knife used by the Bakwa people. A Bakwa knife? What does that look like? Oh, that thing! Oh! Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that from Deadliest Warrior. Anybody remember that show? Like, that super short-lived series where they just threw a bunch of dummies around and said, like, what if a Viking fought a samurai? Ow. God, I watched that, like, how old is that show now? What, like 10 years? Over 10 years, easily. Bogna. What is that? Is that a weapon for Jonathan? What is that? Yes, a handheld weapon whose name means Tiger Claw. So it's probably... Oh, but is it better than the Zweihander in power? No. I never really tended to use the fist-based weapons in Castlevania games. They don't really have the power, and the range is really short, and it just seems like they're mostly good for challenge playthroughs, which, you know, a challenge is cool and everything, but I also like, you know, being able to do good damage, make big number go larger. Something tells me that I might need to roll down the hill at some point. I am going to take my Hold on. First off, I would like to heal. Second off, I now know. Oops. What is that? Pumpkin pie? Cool. Not my favorite kind of pie, but I'll take it. There we go. Ice Fang is really good. I really enjoy it. It's quite strong. Okay.
Jonathan.
What's that? Throw a spear that sticks into the ground. Cool. Again, I like the idea of the sub-weapons being droppable here. Like, it from enemies that you can just permanently have. It kind of is a lot like Soma's Soul System, which, I mean, I don't mind that. I love Soma's Soul System, but I don't know. Something about it here makes it feel pretty different. Probably because it's splitting the magic and more physical-based sub-weapons between two characters. There we go. Steel ball. Just throw a steel ball. Okay. All right. What's over here? Anything? Yes. There was a thing. I love that she gets a little broom for her double jump. That's so cute. I just kind of wish Jonathan got something. Like, he just has a standard looking double jump. Like, not every upgrade in a Metroidvania has to have some kind of cool world-based contextual look, but, or even character-specific contextual look, but it makes it adds a bit of flavor, you know? It adds a bit of flavor into what would be a double jump or a wall jump or even flying or hovering. I just think it's neat when, you know, Metroidvanias do that. Because, like, just having a standard double jump, it feels kind of plain next to having a cute broom come out, you know? What is down? Okay, so... Oh, that was just a big route to a save room. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. I was like, where's that taking me? Okay, so that's done. All right, so we gotta loop back around and head to the right. This is the nature of the game, by the by, just making sure that I explore everywhere, because... like... the esoteric nature of getting the true ending in these games is always something that I'm not the biggest fan of, so that's why I try to comb all over the environments to get everything that I could possibly get. It's just baked in at this point. Much like getting the magic lenses in Symphony of the Night, or having to get the proper souls to use in Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow, or having a specific item equipped at a point in time. It's... I don't know. Like, I'm all for the idea of multiple endings, but I would prefer multiple endings be locked not behind something that feels like it's... What's the way to describe this? That doesn't feel like it's trying to confuse the player. Yeah, like, not... Well, actually, not confuse. I don't know, it just feels kind of odd to lock the true ending of your video game behind a set of equipment that you need to equip at a proper time, or an accessory to have that is way worse for you stat-wise than any... What the fuck? Oh, that's just a shortcut, okay. Or like, you know, a item that's not good for you stat-wise that you have to equip, otherwise the cutscene won't play that lets the true ending happen. Having a specific item or spell for a specific moment. Because that just kind of feels like the equivalent of, well, it made sense to you that this would work, but will the average player think that as they're going through a casual playthrough? And that's what guides are for, but I don't know. I'm not really for that idea. Like, a true ending feels like it ought to be locked behind some choices being done on the story's part, as opposed to something that you gotta do that's completely separated from, divorced even, from everything else that you've been doing up to that point, you know? I don't know, I'd like to hear y'all's opinion about it though, because my perspective comes from me being burned from having Metroidvanias tell me, hey, no, dude, you did not get all of the right things in this particular instance, and now you got the neutral ending, or God forbid, the bad ending. Like, I guess that's what multiple playthroughs are for with most games that have multiple endings. It's just, for some games, it's particularly egregious due to the length of them. I remember, actually, I got the worst ending, one would say, for Witcher 3 a long time ago, and I did not know what the circumstances were for the best ending. I didn't really pick all the good choices, apparently, so I know that now, but I wish I knew that then. Like, I'm not saying, like, hey, it should be telegraphed to the player that you're gonna make the good or the bad choice, but I don't know. Make the ability to get the ending not something that's divorced from every other aspect of the game that's been leading up to it. All right, let's actually go to the one down here since it's closest to the save room. I guess comparing Witcher and Castlevania isn't very fair because they're very different design philosophies as far as getting those endings are concerned, because Witcher's is entirely based upon the choices you make as Geralt in the story, whereas here, with Castlevania, it's based on your commitment to exploring and gathering specific things. I just think that gathering the specific things for the sake of a more fulfilling ending feels like, especially if it's something related to RNG, Holy shit. Like, if the ending for Dawn of Sorrow was predicated upon my ability to gather some of the harder to gain souls in Dawn of Sorrow, I genuinely probably would not have been able to finish that game, because some of those souls genuinely took me 2+ hours for me to find, and it was really, really unfun to deal with. So I'm like, well, so I'm just grateful that the ending for that didn't rely on soul gathering. All right, boss fight. Ooh, hello. Astarte. Oh. I can't believe Persona 5 stole Astarte from fucking... Oh, you were really weak to Jonathan's attacks. Ow. Okay, I see the game here. Okay. I see what I'm supposed to do. Well, I think I see what I'm supposed to do. I have an understanding. That was something. Okay, so she charms Jonathan and Jonathan fights. Okay, maybe I should take... Oh. Shit. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Wait, didn't I get an anti-charm necklace? My apologies, I forgot about the ad break. BRB, everybody. And we're back. My apologies. I got really into the boss fight and forgot about the ad break. That happens with games. It happens. Okay, so how the fuck am I supposed to... I guess maybe I... Do I change Jonathan out the second the hearts come out?
Temptation. Charlotte. Jonathan.
Okay, yeah, I changed to Charlotte immediately. All right, good to know. Holy shit, she does a lot of damage. I don't have a lot of health stuff. I should probably go... I should probably... If I die again, I should probably go back and get some potions, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Potions. Potions. I need your strongest potions, potion seller. Ow. All right. I mean, hey, at least, you know, we got to the boss room. That's what's important. All right, so... Okay, so I'm curious about something, actually. Let's go back to Wind and ask him something, because... Or figure out... Because he gave us a task, and he said something about going to a market and getting ground meat. But what the hell did that mean?
You're back.
Oh! There's a room in which many ghosts gather. Defeat the great ghost that appears there. Go defeat 10 hill guards.
Care to try? This is your training.
Okay, so get a bunch of side stuff done there. Might do that after I do this boss fight. Buy those up, and I think that's all I can really do.
Thank you.
All right, we've got potions now, so that helps. I feel like the butcher's shop thing has to be related to the first painting, so each quest, it seems, is related to a painting that we're going into. So, in that case, maybe the true ending for this game is locked behind my capacity to do all of the painting quests. So, in a room where many ghosts gather. A greater ghost in there, huh? I just also noticed there's a little spot in the map there that I missed. Let me go check that real quick. Was here. Wait. Did the sandworm enemies reveal something? Oh! Is that their stomach? Ugh! Cool, but ugh! Interesting. Huh. I did not expect that to be the reveal there. Alright. Well, that was good to check out. We got a pretty strong potion out of that. I really like that. You know, I mentioned it in my Dawn of Sorrow streams, but I really love the low poly look of the DS 3D graphics and its ability to convey the depth and rotation of everything. Like, because some of the sprites here are 2D in sprites, but then you have those low poly backgrounds that give a grander sense of scale, and I really think that's cool. Okay, where is... In a room where many ghosts gather. Where would that be? we've pretty much gotten to everywhere we need to in the pyramid. I don't see myself being able to get up to any of those other spots to fully fill the map out. It's probably not worth it to keep killing those red skeletons. They are not going to go down easy. At all. I think it would make sense that we have to do these quests, considering Jonathan's whole deal is that he can't use the vampire killer. So if Wind can get us to use the vampire killer, that would be kind of huge. It wouldn't be this room, I think. Is there a way to see? Yes. So, preparations, ghosts of the desert. There is a room in which many ghosts gather to defeat the great ghost that appears there. Page 1 of 8? Oh. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, God. Okay. I see. It has to be this room, right? Can't think of any other room that would be large with a lot of ghosts in it. Unless it's a room that I haven't been in yet.
Charlotte. Jonathan.
Where would it be? Wait a second. Is the diamond in the screen meant to represent that I'm in the right spot? I don't... Is it? I'm trying to go off of clues here, and I'm not really certain if I'm in the right spot or not. Hold on, let me go into another room. No. What does that diamond mean? Does this also have a secret room? No.
Charlotte.
There are a lot of ghosts to gather. Maybe... I'll keep exploring. I'm spitballing because I'm trying to figure out where all I'm supposed to... Ow. I'm trying to figure out where all these quests take place in. Because the first one is obvious... The Supersonic Punch one is obviously referring to the... why did I do that again? The first one's referring to the first painting area. The second one to this one, and the third one is to a painting we haven't been to yet. So I just need to figure out where in these levels I need to go to get the thing that I need. And I imagine the enemy is just called Great Ghost. I don't... Unless it's something completely different. It's not here, and I don't think it was here either, right? No. That's just ectoplasm. Wrong direct. Goddamn Nintendo Switch. You know, if there's anything that I really hope that the Switch successor could do is maybe have a Pro Controller that doesn't have a shitty D-pad. Just please, for me. Because I think my 8-bit-do could work for the Switch, but I don't mind the Pro Controller for everything else. It's literally just the D-pad. Ugh. Ghosts gather. Because how do you define many ghosts? You know, that's the other thing. How do you define many ghosts in this situation? Oh, hello. Oh, how am I? Oh, I'm supposed to loop around after I fight that boss. Okay. Well, in that case... Oh, sorry I'm yawning. I had a... It's dark out and it's making my brain think it's later than it actually is. Gotta love winter and how it looks like it's 11 p.m. when it's only 9, or how it looks like it's 11 p.m. when it's actually 5 p.m., you know? Okay, so there's no ghosts here. Is it here? No. Is it? This has to be it. It has to be this room. No doubt. Now, is it a situation where I just have to kill a bunch of them and it'll show up, or what? Glamorous pumps. Those are glamorous. Oh, but those are way better. Yeah, lowers my luck, but I don't really care. Resist charm. Yes, I could use that, please. This has to be it, because ghosts are the only enemies that are here, so... Unless it's... There you are! Hey, buddy! There we go. Beautiful. Alright, so it really was just a wait on your hands situation until it showed up. Cool. Alright. We did it. Alright. Heal up a little bit. Oh god. And then we can get ourselves over to that boss fight. Ow! Ooh! That's a good find. I actually really like that. That's a very good find. Okay. And... let's pop ourselves in here and save and heal. Okay, we've got plenty of potions and a high potion from that secret room. I think we're golden now.
Come hither. Temptation. Charlotte. Jonathan. Temptation.
Ah, so you can avoid them.
Temptation.
Command me.
Okay, no. I was testing to see how resistant the charm necklace made me, but I think it's just a lowered chance as opposed to outright nullification. Okay, well, I know now. Just avoid it. Just swap to Charlotte. It's better and faster. Do you have other accessories I can put on you? No. Can I put 2 on you? I can. I doubt it'll do anything, but... Oh well, he's got 2 charm necklaces. Ow. So that was just bad positioning. Damage by contact. God damn it. I'm so used to a lot of more modern Metroidvanias that have like that have damage based on the enemy actually hitting you as opposed to on contact. Also, I think I'm gonna change out from the offensive form. Maybe for a future time I might use it, but not here. Let's just throw a ball. Shit! Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, I know what to do now. Change you off from that to boomerang. That'll work. Maybe I just shouldn't bother with the sub-weapons, because so far I'm just doing good damage by just smacking regularly. Is there anything different? What's better than that for this? Try the Bakwa. Bakwa's actually kind of weak. Javelin? Is that better? Honestly, nah, it's better I just do... I think it's better I just do this with regular attacks. Ow. Oh god. High potion. There we go. And that's that fight. Cool fight. I liked it. Forced me to be on my toes to make sure I wasn't all Jonathan all the time. But yeah, he was the powerhouse on that one. And you know what? Since I know now where I'm supposed to probably go for the other quest that I've got, maybe I can also do the Supersonic Fist quest just before I end tonight. Also, I'm gonna just go back the other way because they're like this is just gonna be a loop around. So I like that each character has their own uses aside from just their attacks being slightly different, that some are genuinely weaker to one's attacks versus the others. I think that's really cool. All right, back to here. Then we'll head to the first painting to get that settled. And I think maybe could do a little more exploring. Because we still got this upper spot just above us that we need to explore. Unless finding the meat shop takes a while for me. Alright, let's equip you with... What's the fist weapon that I've got? Cestus, there we go. This'll work. Let's turn in the quest to Wind. Alright, man, I did it.
You're back. Excellent.
New skill. Bible. I can throw the Holy Scripture. Actually, I remember the Bible being really useful for me in a lot of Castlevania games, so that's actually not bad. I'll take that. And you know what? I'll go ahead and also buy some potions while I'm here, since I've used a bunch in the fight.
I'll make you a deal.
Buy 6 of those. Do you have... Did I just buy out his entire stock? Okay, no, I didn't. I don't think I did. Okay. I'm just kind of observing what I might need to get later. Okay. Let's go do the ground meat quest. Because the third painting we haven't even found yet. Yeah, I like this idea to vary up the environment by way of entering paintings. It's really unique. I like it. All right, so where is the meat shop? It was somewhere. Wait. Was it the boss room? Was it the boss room? I don't remember. Hold on. I remember a place having a lot of beef. Over here. Not here. That was the... This looks like the subway station. Okay, was it up here? No. Not here. And I imagine this is going to be useful to get a bunch of sub-weapons, not just for Jonathan, but also for Charlotte, too. Because her spells are really, really good, and I would like to be able to get as many as I could if I could help it. Okay, so that room up there is just a gap that requires an upgrade that I don't have. And this was the boss area. Kind of going in reverse here. Flip it and reverse it. I like the way that they did the peeping eye in 3D. That's a really cool look. I like the 3D look of that. I love the guttural scream that he gives when he gets attacked and dies. It's no ee-oo death rattle, but it's good. It's a good one. All right. So what I'm thinking might be the case here is that maybe the meat shop is towards the end of the first area, and I've been going in a wrong direction here. But if that's the case, oops. Because I doubt it's this long stretch, and it's definitely not the very end of it, so yeah, let's go to the teleport room that's here and see what else is around. Okay, it was here that I want to go.
Jonathan!
No, not here.
Charlotte!
Interesting. It's not there. Is it this way? This is all bakery goods. It was around here somewhere. Market Street. And this was the long-ass... That was the long-ass cart ride that I had to throw myself down to. Maybe it's got to be one of the rooms in this first area. I can't think of anywhere else it would be. In that case... I do like having another person out to take some damage and also distract enemies. That's a godsend. Like I really like the ability to do that. It's very nice. Oh, I can't. No, it's because I can't care anymore. Okay. Really, her attacks only do 1 damage to the little devils. Interesting. Like, it really is interesting to see what enemies are weak to magic and what aren't. Okay, so is the meat room to the left? Because it sounds like a very significant room that would not just be any old room. Like, it feels like an endpoint room. So, is it this one? No, it's a dining room. It's not this room. Maybe it's the one up top this way. Because I can't think of any other place it would be than this kind of area. I like the aesthetic of this place, though. Old-fashioned town square kind of look. And again, that's what I like about... That's what I'm kind of enjoying about this game, is how it's able to vary up locales while still being localized within the castle. Is this it? Yes! Here it is. Okay. Jonathan, beat some meat. There we go. All right, so I went too far. I did end up going too far. All right, well, oops. Lesson learned. All right, so that's done. Now, what is my reward for this one? God, just, I love the look of the building and the low poly. It's such a nice look. I love it. It's the sense of scale you get out of that is so cool. All right. I don't need that equipped anymore. I can re-equip my, where were you? Where was, the long spear is stronger than the Zweihander, really? Well, I don't really see my, honestly. I'll try it. I'll try it for a bit because Charlotte's also got a fast attack, so may as well.
You're back.
Overcome the curse. Go and come back when you've been cursed. So I have to go back to the Egypt area again. Jonathan, let's see you enter this command. Spinning art. Okay.
Care to try? This is your character. This is your trait. Excellent.
Bullet punch. Okay. Hold on. No. So, hold on. What was the skill or the quest? Oh God, fighting game inputs. Right, down, left, right. No, it mistook it as an up input. I hate this D-pad. Hold on. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Can I try that? Can I do it again? All right.
You're back. Excellent.
Spinning art learned. What's the point of that? It's just a really shitty dodge roll. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting why that's good. That's such a strange ability. Okay. Well, we did a few quests, so that's a plus, and we've got a few more to do. But I think at this point, we're probably gonna go ahead and stop for now. So we saved, I think we're good. And yeah. All right, well, I'd say that was a pretty successful first foray into Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. So, first impression so far? Plays pretty nicely. I actually really like this. And something else that I really like is that it does not have any touchscreen gimmicks like Dawn of Sorrow did. So that's been pretty nice. I'm liking what this game has got for it so far. The different characters having their attacks be better for some enemies versus others. I like the soundtrack. The soundtrack's really good. And some weapons being droppable as items for you to get to use on enemies. And the quest system is interesting too, but I imagine it may potentially lean into the vagueness of trying to figure out where you're supposed to find certain things versus being able to do them. But it seems like they're all pretty doable. You just gotta make sure you pay attention to the area you're in. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. But nonetheless, cool first start. I imagine this one will also be short like Dawn of Sorrow, considering, you know, these mobile Castlevania games tended to be on the shorter side versus ones like Symphony of the Night. And Metroidvanias don't tend to be super long anyway, so yeah. I'm just looking forward to seeing more of this, because so far, good first impressions. I really like this. So that's going to be it for me for the night. And if you stuck around for the VOD and everything, people watching on the VOD, hi, thank you. I really appreciate you sticking around to the end here. And if you want to see when I go live next, be sure to check out my Blue Sky. That's usually where I go post when I'm going live, as well as general updates about stream with potential game ideas and just kind of where I chill out most of the time. So you'll find me there. And that's kind of really all I've got as far as socials are concerned. I usually just do my announcements on there. So yeah, that's kind of it for what I've got. Refer to the schedule for the other games that I've got on the docket. My days are not consistent, sadly, considering my current day job situation, but that's something I plan on fixing in 2025, is to have a more consistent stream schedule again. And I want to be able to provide that kind of thing for all of you, because I want to improve these streams. I want to make a good experience. So yeah, I want to once again thank you all for coming by. And first stream of the new year, I tell you, it's 2024 in a lot of ways felt like a year that had some high highs and low lows, and let's just hope that, you know, we stick together and make 2025 good. You know, that's all that we can really do. I want to try and do some new stuff and do some improvements to myself and to the stream, and hopefully all of you are able to get things. I hope all of you are able to accomplish your goals for this year, because this year's going to be interesting, I can tell you that much. So yeah, just thank you again for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and Happy New Year, all of you. And VOD heads, take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, keep your postures checked, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.